Don't go on your socials talking shit to all you guys. I'm so sorry. I planned this joke really badly. Alright. Day 3, Act 3. Here we go. It is time. So before we get into it, what have I done? So I've moved over an Earthworm skull. I do have a regular one, and I'll talk about why I brought that over. But first of all, I brought a lot of charms over. These aren't very great, but they're a lot of poison charms. They're just poison and AR and a few life charms here and there. These are pretty much just going to make it so we deal a lot of just pretty good damage. Because poison's pretty good early game. I got Dark Glow on here. This is for some cheaper AR, but also some pretty good defense. We get some all-ats, all-res. Goblin Toe. This is actually pretty damn good. Not really the best thing we can do. Gore Riders is probably the best, I think. I'm pretty sure. War Travs is probably the late game one we want. It's pretty good. The CB does work on physical strikes. I got this Stone Grip and a Bone Master. Still using Night Smoke, Blood Fist, Steel Clash, same thing here. And I just swapped over for this kind of nice Mana Steel and just decent res. But yeah, I was thinking of using this. I'm not really sure. I'll just keep it over here for now. I have quite a few. I moved over some more things. I want to get 60 strength to get the ward to swap over from Steel Clash. Probably not the greatest. You know, it's still really good. But I really want the all-res on it. That's the main thing I want. It's just a higher all-res. I'm not really worried as much about defense. We're pretty close to getting the 27 here. So, here's some of the items I found. I found this from just Players 1 Andariel, Players 8 Andariel. Nothing really that crazy. I did actually find a Naggle Ring. I got all this stuff from doing Canyon of the Magi. So we're 25, which is pretty good. We can pretty much do most things. You can see we have quite a bit of poison damage going on here. Our reses are great. I pretty much am just splitting up to Charge Strike to 10, and then we're going to go... I don't really think Decoy is worth it. It's not really a great spell. It's just on the way to Valkyrie. So we don't have to touch anything in this skill tree again. We could still get Pierce, but maybe late game I'll do it. Because that 23, I don't remember how much it goes up per level. But Valkyrie is probably more important. So we don't have to worry until level 30. That's the first level 30 skill I'm unlocking. And then we'll go with Lightning Strike. It's still really good. They're about comparable. It's all comes down to preference, because I think they're both... Charge Strike is probably the better option. But Lightning Fury is still good. I mean, I'll look up some more hard numbers on it later. Don't worry about it. So, yeah. It's Act 3 time! Yay! Don't go talking shit to all you guys. It's Diablo! I'm just going to ignore him. I don't really care about him. So, how did I get to 25? Well, I just went to Canyon of the Magi, listened to some CDs, and I did it in like an hour. It was not very hard to do. Our movement speed's a little bit slower for a little bit, but I don't think that's a huge deal. So I did move my hotkeys around, so Z is now Plague Jav, and I'm just going to keep it on Charge Strike probably the rest of the game, unless I can honestly be bothered to change it, or have a reason to change it. I always say this, man, I mean, it's just left-click, right-click. This is how you play Javazon. It's absolutely... You see, I don't even have my fucking follower, because I kind of don't care. So, it's not a big deal. So... Look at that shit. Isn't that great? Isn't that wonderful? Every day is a wonderful day in the Spider Forest. You also have no idea how butthurt I am that I can't just jump over that like I did last year. That made Act 3 so nice. But unfortunately, we can't have nice things. That's just not how this works. Look at that shit. This is so fucking good. Yay! Go away. Fuck off. I'm pretty happy with how the character is developing. Obviously, I'm a little bit slowed down by the fact that I'm doing a YouTube thing. If I was playing realsies Diablo, I would have already been done with this, to be honest. It's only like day 3 for me. But, you know, I have a full-time job. I can't just say, hey guys, I'm gonna not go to work today. I'm just gonna play Diablo 2 and you're gonna have to just deal with it. Is that okay with you? Alright, cool. No one would do that. I like how when I called out, like, last minute a few weeks ago, actually I think it was last week, when I was still really, really sick, I was talking to my boss explaining what happened, because she's like, well, I didn't even know what happened, I just got here. And I was like, oh, cool. And then, like, because, you know, I've worked, allegedly my job says it's 7 years. I don't really believe it, but it's 7 years. And I don't really call out ever, unless it's an absolute emergency. And this was an absolute emergency. Like, I could not drive. I was nearly throwing up and passing out. So, you know, probably not a good idea to drive in that state, right? And it was funny because she's like, I know you didn't just call out to play video games. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. That's true. I should have said, oh, well, I might be prepping for my Diablo 2 series, and that's the game I've called out of school to play. I wouldn't do that. Hey, look, I have that pet in RuneScape. Did you see it? Isn't that wonderful? Fucking bullshit. You know, I'm just gonna say it. I don't give a shit if we have 8 spider pets in RuneScape. I don't have a single damn one of them. And it makes me so mad. I haven't talked about this yet, because I haven't made a video since it came out, but I fucking love Araxxor. I don't like how I don't have the gear to do Araxxor comfortably. I know how to mechanically do it. It's really not that hard. It's just, fuck's sake, I don't know. The most I can do is 2 trips. I think the most I can do is 3. I cannot do 3, anything past 2 to 3 kills a trip. It just doesn't happen. Something always stupid happens to me. I get distracted, a cat does something dumb, I fuck up, I don't know. It's just something always fucking happens. But I like Araxxor, it's fun. I did it like, I think week 1 it came out. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember. Yeah, I think I did it like week 1 it came out. I got the head drop like in 3 kills, or like 10 kills, I'm pretty sure. It was really fucking quick. And I have gotten 1 piece of the Noxious Halberd already. Noxious Halberd looks kind of shitty, I'm just gonna say it. I don't really know what kind of shit that Jagex was thinking with that. It's such a niche fucking thing. I don't even think you can use it at shit like Zulrah. I don't know. It's a little... I get it, you know, it's 43 mil, people want it. That's fine. It's just not... like, what's its special? Like, it turns... It grants immunity to Venom, but gives you Venom for, like, a minute. I don't know. Unless you're already in Venom, then it cures it? I don't know. It's a really fucking weird spec, and I think it's kind of shitty. And Halberds really don't get used a lot outside of, like, Corp. So... kind of a bleh item in my opinion. I don't really know why it's 43 mil. I could not tell you why. I don't even know what you can use it in raids or not. Is it even fucking viable in raids? I don't know. But obviously Rancor is a pretty... That's what you really want. I'm hunting for that currently. You know, I could easily just buy one right now, but I'm just like, fuck it, dude. I want to get it. It's more satisfying. Like, I have more than enough money to buy one. But, no, that's... I wouldn't get the same experience, you know? I think I've only got about 200 KC on Araxxor. I don't know, it's like under 200 or something. It's not bad. I mean, you don't get very high numbers. I don't think they have an Araxite extender yet. I'm not really sure. I wish they did, because I don't fucking fight Araxites on task, because it's a waste of fucking task. Well, I'm sure once you get all the drops, Araxites are just like, oh look, free points. Because you just walk in, pop anti-venom, and fucking throw down a cannon, and they all fucking die in 2 minutes. And since you only... I don't know, the most I've gotten is like 34 as an assignment. I've never got anything higher than 30. I really am salty, because I honest to God want to fucking farm that boss. Its drops aren't even worth it! That's the thing, it's fucking terrible. It's okay, when it works, it's great. It's like, okay, 2 dragon plate legs, 2 dragon maces, and then everything else after that is really shitty. They had to buff it from Addy to fucking Rune. Or was it Rune to Dragon? Yeah, I think it was Rune to Dragon, like, within the week it came out, because people were like, it's really not worth it. Even if you're using, like, really fucking top-tier gear, it's not worth it. I don't know, I think it's a fun boss mechanically, I just think its drop table is absolutely fucking hot trash. You want to know the most thing I get is fucking summer pies, or wild pies. That is the only thing I get from that boss. I don't get any other drops. I get wild pies, and occasionally I get like 2 dragon plate legs and go, yep, that's totally worth it. But I craft all the pots, so there's no loss in terms of money. I think I've only died to it like twice. And actually the only time I died to it was complete bullshit, because it died as soon as I hit it last, and I fucked up so hard, and I was so mad. I was so pissed. The only time I've died to a Raxer was latency, and that was fucking bullshit. It was like the week it came out, and I was so fucking angry, dude. You have no idea how pissed I was. I am pissed because I can't fucking ever map this area. Ormus, my man, hooked me up with some shit. There we go. It's like, it's cool. It's a fun boss. I like the mechanics behind it. The only mechanic I don't like is the fucking cum trail, the fucking spec. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, right? You fucking drag fucking venom that procs every time you fucking step in it. Even if you have anti-venom on, obviously, you still take damage. It's a lot like the miasma with Sire. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you fucking don't listen to me. Alright, so just watch this. Watch. See that poison thing? Imagine if that just stayed on the ground for like 20 seconds. And if you have to go like this. And every time you move too far, the boss just starts hitting you. That's fucking bullshit. Even with the Aranya boots, it does not matter. I don't even know whether those are worth it. They're worth it at everything except the actual boss area. It doesn't even fucking drop them! Why does he not drop them? Why is it the little baby things? The Araxites drop them, but not fucking Araxor. What the fuck kind of shit is that? I would have put that on the drop table ASAP. Higher rate, off task. Well, there's a higher rate for on task, but you know what I mean? Why the fuck doesn't the boss drop them at a higher rate? Because you should get like something from a boss. Its unique should be simultaneously useful in other content and also make that said content easier, right? That's just what we kind of expect in most games. That's how most games are structured. Why the fuck does this boss not drop the goddamn thing that would make it easier? That's what really doesn't make sense to me. I guess we're doing Gibden. I guess we're doing that. I didn't mean to, but okay. So it's like, I'm not complaining about the boss, but I'm gonna complain. It's the only thing that doesn't make any sense to me. Why doesn't Araxor do it? Who do we give this to? Ormus, that's right. Hey, there you go, dude. Your ring does me no good. I know what you're gonna say. Ormus, that's fucking garbage. Why you gotta play me like that? Why you gotta be such an asshole? No, that's not who I blacksmith at here. It's Hratli, that's right. I know your game. I really hardly ever use this blacksmith, is why. I better complain about it and make Blizzard patch it out. Where the fuck is Hratli? Where is he? What's he doing? That jerk. What the fuck? Is Hratli just not active? What is going on? Where's Hratli? Natalia, did you do this? You shifty bitch? What the fuck is going on, Natalia?
Greetings here.
Yeah, that's nice. Put on some pants. What the fuck? Where's Hratli? Did that woman with the white dress and massive boobies do it? Where is he? He's not even on the minimap. Look, see? Look, I'm pointing right where he would be. He's right here. Why is he not in here? What is going on? Do I talk to Ashira and then all of a sudden he spawns? He gives you a greeting message. He gives you a fucking 1995 era greeting message from fucking Microsoft Excel, okay? You know, I know he does. He has dialogue that does it. Ashira, put some clothes on, you fucking hippie. Do you do it? No? What the fuck? Why is he not there? Alright, fine, we'll go to Act 2. Because Fara isn't a bitch like Hratli, okay? She knows what's up, okay? She is always where I know where she should be. Right here. Okay? Fara, hook me up, you fiery redhead. That's right. Boom. See, she's always got my back. Unlike that bitch Hratli, or Hratli. Can't even fucking say his name correct, because I just don't like him. That's not where I need to go. I need to go to the fucking flare thing. Here we go. But I just don't understand why they did not put Aranya boots on Araxor's drop table. That really... Maybe they'll do it in the future. I wish they'd fucking make a poll for it instead of asking us if we want to change our fucking pronouns to body type A and body type B, so now there's no such thing as male and female in RuneScape, which is fucking dumb in my opinion. Just doesn't make sense why it just doesn't say male body type, female body type. Jesus Christ, Jagex. Grow the fuck up. I'm as progressive as the next person, but that's really dumb. Anyways. My point is, why doesn't the boss drop that? I get it, it's got like... Okay, now hear me out. I like that the fucking boss drops are similar to Sire. Not just because I'm an idiot and I like the Sire so much, because we all know how I'm just gonna whack him off every time I talk about him. Because I think it's a mechanically intricate and really well-made boss that people don't like because the drop table's not that good. But here's the thing. Hear me out, okay? Alright? Let's hear me out. I like the fact that the boss doesn't print a shitload of money, but there's one thing I don't like. Araxites should have an extended fucking Slayer task to like 100. But I also kind of agree that it's okay that they're not that way, and this is where my opinion gets weird. Because if you could just print Rancors back to back to back, because it's all like a 1 in 256 drop chance or something like that, it's not that low. It's actually pretty reasonable, if you ask me. That's really good. But here's the big problem. I don't want to fucking fight only 34 chances randomly, because you can only get them on a fucking Slayer task. Which is fine. I don't mind that it's a Slayer-only boss, but if the fucking number was higher, I'd be a lot happier. You could say, oh, get spiders from Tyrael skipping. What if you don't like Tyrael skipping? I don't ever do that shit. You know why? Because you get better XP and you get better drops and clue scroll chances by just doing Slayer at your favorite Slayer master. I do Neve because Neve is the waifu. Why don't they have a quest where you can put Neve back in? I know they got rid of Dura Daddy. I know they do. I knew they did that before the fucking quest came out because I remembered it, because back in old RuneScape, fucking Duradel dies and while Gethic sleeps. Oops! I just ruined your favorite NPC. Why does everyone like Duradel? He doesn't give you anything that different than fucking Neve or Steve. It's like, what, the same fucking thing and the only difference? Oh my god. Fucking hell, that shaman just kicked the shit out of me. The only difference is, like, fire giants? Right? Isn't that the only fucking major difference? And then, like, what? Duradel can give you... I don't think he gives you hellhounds. I don't think he gives you those. Or maybe he does. I can't remember. I don't fucking use him because, number one, getting to Shiloh Village is like 5 more clicks than I'm willing to put into my time. You could say that's really lazy. And you're correct. But I'm also correct too, because Neve is objectively the better. Because guess what? When you get a fire giant task and you're like, oh, fucking block fire giants, fucking... Why you gotta be that guy? Fire giants are easy. They take like 5 minutes. Not even that. Like, okay, they take like 20 minutes probably with a cannon no matter what, and high melee stats. But, you know, my point is they're not even that bad XP. They're like a classic OG fucking RuneScape training mob, alright? We used to do it all the time back in the day. You go to Karamja, you go to the fucking... this was before some of the Slayer caves existed. You go to Karamja, and then you go to the fucking Brimhaven dungeon, and you'd fucking stand there. This was long before there was green dragon. I think it's on-task green dragons over there. And you'd stay on that little peninsula on the inside of the dungeon, and you'd fight fucking... 1,000 fucking fire giants to get rune skimmies and sell them to your friends, okay? You didn't do that, but I did. And that's why I was not very good at the game in the early days, because it's not a good idea. But I'm just saying, fire giants, yeah, they're fine. Their drops aren't bad. You're only gonna... Look, I don't think that it's bad. And plus there's that new proposal of adding the fire giant and frost giant bosses. I don't remember what they're called. You know, I could say they'll probably add like hot keys or something, or like scorched keys or some dumb shit like that. I really don't like that mechanic for like fighting Obor and stuff, because it doesn't feel like it's worth getting it for the collection log and shit. Where is the... Okay, it's down here. I was like, where the fuck is the exit to this dungeon? So yeah, maybe they're gonna do that. And then you're gonna say, wow, Seth, you're so smart. And I'll say, I told you. Why do you fucking skip the fucking basic shit? I don't understand why people skip metallic dragons. That's another one I don't understand. They're like, oh, I don't like steel dragons. It takes like 10 minutes, dude. It takes 10 minutes. You get like up, what, 30? It's like 14 when you don't even have it extended like I do, because I'm insane. And I just want that visage chance. Okay? I always tell this story because it's really fucking cool. Alright? It's only cool if you understand what I'm talking about. Right? Back in the Dizzy, okay, when they first released Visages, my friend got 2 of them back to back in like an hour. And it was fucking awesome. He got them from Steel Dragons and Brimhaven Dungeon. I remember it. It was fucking awesome. You didn't do it. I'm sure that the drop rates are astronomical, but it doesn't matter. It was fucking cool, and they were worth like 4 mil back in the day. You're gonna tell me, I mean, DFS, that shit's still a good item. That's what's amazing. Is you could be like, oh, it's not fucking, it's not a defender. Okay, it's got equal stats to like defender and a higher strength bonus with just barely difference in like, what is the only difference? There's like hardly a difference in the stats. It's like just barely better. It's just heavier than a defender. So, and it has Dragonfire protection. You're gonna bitch about something that actually has an objective use? It is genuinely worth your time to get that item. Or at least try to farm for one if you really want to go nuts. I mean, you don't have to do it. You're not gonna lose sleep if you don't. Kalim's brain. It goes in the box. Deckard Cain says put your brain in the box, not in your balls. I'm so sorry. That was inappropriate. We need to find the fucking Gym Jam right now. Okay, this is really bad. Ormus, do you sell the stamps? No, you're not a... I take everything back, Ormus. You're a bad man. I don't like you anymore. We can't be friends. But anywho... no, to go back to my original point, why the fuck doesn't Araxer drop the fucking Aranya boots, okay? Or as some people call them, the Arania boots. It's Aranya, you fucking idiot. It's the Latin word for spider. Or something, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Aranya is the fucking order. Kingdom Phylum, King Henry's dead Tuesday, drinking chocolate milk, some shit like that. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Please excuse my dear Aunt Pam. PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Did you expect me to say that? Because that's exactly what school does to you. And not in a bad way, in my opinion. I can still remember that, and I still use that on a daily basis, at least. Not every day, but most days. I gotta itch. I gotta itch my balls. Not really, I gotta get a drink, too. I'm drinking vodka. That was a big glass of vodka I just drank down. Nah, I'm just kidding. It was Crystal Light Fruit Punch. You really thought I'd really start drinking? I'm in my experimental early 30s or something? No. I can't drink if I wanted to anyways. But, no, I mean, I think Aranya boots are actually really good at everything that's not Araxer. Like, guaranteed web cuts, okay? Guaranteed web cuts and stops web properties. It does work on Verzik, I know that. But hear me out. I'm an idiot and I just want to get spider pets because I love spiders. You can take that to Seracnus, because we all know how much I love Seracnus at almost like 2000 KC. you can take that there and do like 50 kills. Because you save an inventory slot for knife or wieldy sword. Because you take that to cut the webs in the Forthos dungeon. Right? And the boot stats are comparable almost to Dragon Boots or Prims. And it has the same prayer bonus, right? It's actually a pretty half-decent set of boots, which is shocking. I think they're actually really making rounds in PvP, if I remember correctly, but fuck PvP, I don't give a shit. Because PvP is cringe. I'm just kidding. Lots of people in our clan I'm part of do PvP. I don't. I don't fucking touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. I've never killed a single player on my account. I don't have any reason to, because I don't fucking believe in it. I used to do it back in the day. You know, one of the reasons I don't like to PvP is not because I don't know how to do it, it's because I really don't know how to do it. Because here's what I used to do. This is the cool shit. When people are like, oh, PvP is the wilderness is really popping off. No, you don't understand. Back in the day, when Ancients were the strongest magic in the game, okay, this was when, like, well, they still kind of are really strong, but in PvP I'm talking about here. Okay, Lunars I don't think existed at this point I'm thinking of. Maybe they did, because not everyone used Venge. I think it was actually kind of like a later strategy people started employing with, like, God Sword specs. So anyways, what we'd do, alright, we'd get... Well, maybe it was out. Yeah, Venge was out, because what we used to do... we'd have, like, 3 people. We'd all be in the same room in real life, by the way, because we're a bunch of greasy shitheads. And what we do is we would collectively communicate. One person would bait somebody out, so we'd have a low-level guy and 2 main accounts. And we do this in, like, semi-deep wilderness. I don't remember where. I want to say it was between KBD and the Runite Rock, because there wasn't as many. I think the resource area wasn't a thing back in the day. I can't really recall. But we'd go there, right? And, oh, it was Green Dragons. We'd go in between Green Dragons and fucking KBD, alright? We'd scout that whole area, right? So we'd have a pretty good range. And we had one friend that was a pure who would pretend to be a low level trying to skill, right? Because skilling actually used to make money in RuneScape, believe it or not. And so there'd be like 3 or 4 of us. Maybe one of us was in like Skype on like another computer, like 5 minutes away from us in another house. If we all live next to each other. So it'd be like fucking Friday night. We'd lure anybody. It didn't fucking matter if they were a clan, because at least 2 people that we knew that were doing this were actually good at PvP. So we'd have me with D-Claws and Torags, because fucking nobody was gonna go out there with, like, fucking Bandos gear, because I think Bandos gear was, like, unbelievable. That was best in slot. No one fucking dared bring God Swords into the wilderness at this time, because... Well, maybe they did, because I think people weren't really familiar with smiting as much, because there wasn't really YouTube to show you, oh, hey, by the way, you can smite somebody and fucking take their +1 in, like, 2 seconds. Watch this shit, right? So, we'd lure anybody. It didn't matter if they were a fucking clan, it didn't fucking matter, because we had, like, one friend who was, like, super jacked, like, he was a PvPer, and he just fucking absorbed a shitload of money. He probably real-world traded, let's be honest, because everybody that's a PvPer just secretly real-world trades. And, so what he did was he'd be like he was a pure, and he'd look like a skiller, and then he'd quick swap, and he'd have fucking D-Claws and, like, what was the other thing? He used D-Claws, and I think maybe he did use a God Sword spec. I think he might have used the Sarah spec or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He'd basically DDS spec, and maybe... Yeah, he'd use D-Claws and then DDS, because the spec energy was, I think, enough to do it. And then all 2 of us, and maybe 3... would come out and fucking Ancients the shit out of somebody, and they'd just die as soon as they fucking, like, got near us. Because we do it in, like, a triangle pattern. They'd all fucking come in. One guy would come from one direction, the other guy would come from the other guy would come from the other. It wasn't very small, but we'd do it so we'd basically Bermuda Triangle somebody into fucking not being able to escape. And of course, you'd teleblock them, because why not? You'd have like 3 people fucking teleblock all at once, and then Ancients the shit out of them with fucking Ice Barrage. And then we take their shit and just do this for like 4 hours straight. So, in my opinion, I don't really know how to PvP, okay? My idea of PvP is bum rushing people and Mystics, swapping over to Torags, and then beating the shit out of them with like fucking D-Claws, and then ganking the shit out of them with Mystics and, what's it called? The fucking, what is it? Ice Barrage. Yeah. So, if you ever wonder, what was Seth's PvP experience like back in the olden times of RuneScape PvP? It was pretty fucking brutal, man. We did no mercy PvP, because that's the only way to do PvP in any game, in my opinion. You could call it PKing, because it really wasn't honorable. There was no player versus player aspect. It was a group of about 4 or 5 of us sweaty teenagers in one room. One of them watching porn, probably. That was definitely not me. And I'm not even being sarcastic. It's a long story. Anyways, guys watch porn all the time with each other. It's not fucking weird. Or gay, right? So, no, we'd all be in the same room and we'd fucking gank squad people for like 3 or 4 hours, and then we'd all get bored and just start doing fucking Barrows. Because Barrows was actually really, 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 really good money way back in the day. And you want to know why? Because not everybody could do God Wars. And there was also, what do you know? Not a whole lot of people that would teach you this shit. Because if you could teach someone easily on like YouTube or something how to do this, no. People wanted to easy make money by fishing sharks and mining Addy. Okay. I think Addy used to be about 3 grand a pop back in the day, and I think Rune Ore was like 20. Sharks were about 1.5, if I remember correctly. They've always been pretty high demand because anglerfish didn't exist. I don't think... No, I think manta ray and sea turtles were actually a thing at this point, but... not everyone really used it. It was a little expensive, and not everyone really had the patience to do fishing trawler. Also, strength bonus, no one gave a fuck about strength bonus back then, dude. It was like, you'd slap on, like, Verax and be happy. Like, Verax was, like, fucking dominating. It was, like, basically the equivalency of offensive proselyte back in the day. Anyways, but here's the thing. All that Barrows gear, the reason it was so fucking expensive, way back before God Wars Dungeon, and even after God Wars Dungeon, it stayed pretty relevant. It's because it was used for PvP. And it was always in high influx, because everyone wanted to Carols people. Because like I said the other day, Carols was like fucking unbelievable because not everybody had a use for darts. Because before Blowpipe, who the fuck gave a shit about rune knives and rune darts? Absolutely nobody. You know what those got used for? Was fletching shit, and then they'd sell on the GE to probably like some Venezuelans or something. Okay, I don't think Venezuelans destroyed RuneScape as hard back then. It was mainly people in China at that point. But you know what I mean? Like, it was so fucking, like... It was just a different time, and I think, on average, I think Arams was so fucking expensive because it was... Arams is still a really, really strong item. Blood Moon is still really good. Or not Blood Moon, but, what the fuck is the... Blue Moon, there we go. Blue Moon is actually pretty good. It's comparably slightly better than Arams. Arams has always been good. I think Arams has always been a solid fucking item set. I don't really think the staff is that useful, but back in the day, being able to auto-cast Ancients was actually a pretty solid reward. Because, here's the other thing too, not everybody played with a mouse and keyboard. A lot of us played RuneScape on fucking laptops. And because it was the easiest thing, it didn't require any system requirements. So a lot of kids had it on laptops, and, like, I know I did. I didn't even fucking play with a mouse. I played with the fucking shithouse computer mouse, like, on the actual laptop. So I got real fucking good with it real fucking fast. Nowadays I'd be like, I don't know, this is gross. And I think back then there wasn't camera controls with mouse either, so you actually couldn't just use the arrow keys. Like, yeah, I think you had to use just the arrow keys. Now I just do everything with the mouse because I'm lazy and fat. But if you're like, why are you constantly going back to... Because I'm not fucking going and getting more fucking pots. I'm too lazy. I could easily just go up. I know how to map this, but I just want XP. Can you blame me? I want to get the next level. It's important to me. Hey, look, speaking of claws. Oh, no! Oh, no! Now you can see the tip of my thing. Uh-oh. There, let's fix that. There we go. I changed my background. I don't know if you know what it is. But if you do, I don't even know if you can see it. I'm not telling you what it is, just a guess. Guess in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe on this video. Alright, we're finally out of the fucking jungle, thank God. But yeah, man, the fucking PvP, back in the day, it wasn't really botted as much, because there wasn't actually a real reason to bot PvP back in the day. Because obviously Duel Arena still existed at this point. It's always been shit, by the way, if you're just... Like, oh, was it really bad back in the day? Yes, it was equally, if not worse. I'd say it was probably worse, because Jagex really didn't have a grasp on it. Way back in the day, it was genuinely fucking bad. It was like, you would probably find the most douchebag, scummy, black market, probably infect your computer with a virus, tell you to click on something. You know, nowadays you have auto-typing, which is fair, because you can do advertising and stuff in-game. Like, you know what I mean? You can just do the auto-type command. But back in the day, if you saw someone auto-typing, you kind of already knew, alright, it's probably a bot, whatever. But there would be a person just advertising a fishy website, and but they weren't a bot, they were a human being, and they'd get you on Skype or like TeamSpeak and Ventrilo. If it was Ventrilo, you knew it was a scam, by the way, because fucking who the shit used Ventrilo at this point in time? Everyone was all about Skype, alright? Skype was all the rage. So, here's where it gets fun, okay? Oh, I love this area, it's my fave. So, what ends up happening was you go to the Duel Arena and you just be like, this is where you learned how to manipulate netcode shit, by the way, because there was a lot and they still persisted up until today. Like joke weapon scam. I don't know if you know what that is or not, but like they'd be like, oh, let's use the Easter egg carrot. It'd be funny, lol. But they do it last second and you'd fucking get stuck not being able to damage the other person, but they could damage you. And then you're out like 8 mil because you have a gambling problem. So, no. We used to fuck around with the Duel Arena for a while, and I was just like, I don't like this. This shit's bad. I don't like this. Like, it just didn't feel fun to me. So, you know, that's fair, right? I'll take that. It's money. I need money still. We're gonna do gambling later on, so why not? Yeah, there was like... Duel Arena has always been like the Mos Eisley spaceport of fucking RuneScape. Okay, that never changed. Like, oh, I didn't even fucking bother getting the... Oh, what am I, stupid? Oh, damn it, Seth. You should have... I fucking completely blanked this. I didn't even get to do my Lower Kurash spiel. I'll look at it in a minute. Hang on a second. We'll get over there. Let me just waddle my way over there. I do really miss that regen. It was nice. It was nice while we had it. Let's all agree. So... But yeah, dude. Duel Arena has always notoriously been known for, like... This is where you go to get scammed. GE, yeah, people scammed you there all the time. It didn't matter. Trade scamming was a hell of a lot easier, by the way, back in the day. And I know this because I've done it. And I've also been a victim of it. So, one of the best ever was I got trade scammed a shitload of U-logs. I was trying to buy, I think, 2,000 U-logs from somebody. This wasn't at GE, this was in Falador, because some people still actually traded in Fally Park back in the day. But, I wanted U-logs, to AFK Fletch. Here's our first. No, this isn't it. And they did that quick swap thing where they go like, because you had to actually, you didn't have to accept. If the other person, they didn't have that secondary trade menu for a long time, so you could get fucked. And they last minute swapped out maple logs, and so I spent like 2 mil on fucking maple logs, which, by the way, no one was gonna fucking buy that from you. It was such garbage. Maple logs have like never ever had value, because I was too cheap to actually do magics, and so I copped out and did U instead. I thought they were gonna be U logs, and I got fucked. All right, 2 mil back in the day. Yay, this is our lower Kuros. 2 mil back in the day. Oof, that was a lot of dollars. Okay, that was a lot of US dollars. 2 mil was actually quite an impressive amount of money, because, like I said, these AFK strategies and fucking sweaty tryhard methods, they didn't exist. No one knew about it. It was fucking niche. Like, I remember 3-ticking granite once, and I was like, I'm not fucking doing this shit ever again. Like, back in the day, I had a friend recommend that to me because I actually wanted to try. Yeah, I think maybe Wilderness Arena was out there. Or not Wilderness Arena, but Resource Area might have been out there. I feel like it was, because I feel like I remember that there was like people that would say a good way to escape high-level PK was to rope-a-dope people through it.
I can't carry anymore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of a different thing. It's entirely possible. It was well over 20 years ago at this point. But there was a... I really, for some reason, just wanted to fucking farm Runite ore. Because, like I said, it was like 20 grand back in the day. No one... There was no D pick. The highest you had was Rune for the longest time. There was Dragon Hatchet, I know that. I don't think D pick existed when I played, or maybe it was a reward from something, but it was so fucking uncommon that I don't think it was feasible. So, you know, a rune pick in the wilderness was really not a big deal. Like, you go out there, you took like a super energy potion, because mind you, stamina pots didn't exist. I don't think they existed back then. They might have had a kind of a similar equivalent, but stamina pots, at the time I'm thinking of, at least, they didn't exist. You used super energy pots. And Mortmire Mush used to be like 500 each. They were pretty good money. I remember I actually tried that for a while. I actually made pretty good money from it. It was that's actually why I don't like doing it to this day, is I fucking did it for a lot of money. I used to fucking run Runescence for people, like, all the fucking time. That was like my go-to, I'm a broke bitch, I need money. And I would, like, run Runescence to people at altars. That's one thing I'd do. Or actually mine it. This was before it got completely wrecked in price. Runeor used to be... Or not Runeor, but Runes. I think Runes used to be like 300 a pop. In its heyday, mind you. I don't mean, like, you know, towards the end. Like, when I played last was Dungeoneering was out. I don't think that it was worth that much by then. I think it was probably dipping down to like 50 or 100, but it used to be about 200 or 300 a pop, like when runecrafting first came out, because people realized, oh hey, this actually gives us... that's how that fucking really cool cartel happened. Then the woman got pregnant and then she couldn't do it. She had like the highest stat for leaderboards. I think she surpassed Zezima at the time.
I can't carry anymore.
Or Zezima, sorry, that's how you actually pronounce it. I've seen Zezima, yeah, I've seen Zezima like twice. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I just saw a mob of people, and, you know, I was like, oh look, a mob of people, and then immediately went, oh, there he is. That's definitely him, and he had his green fucking outfit on, and it was it green shirt and black pants? That was Zezima's outfit? Or Zezima's outfit? Zezima, that's how you say it. I don't like saying it. It's like the people that say GIF instead of GIF. I don't fucking care if the person says it's correct. It's not real. It's a fucking acronym. It's actually graphical image fuck yourself. That's what it stands for. So why isn't it GIF-U, right? It's funny. We'll do the other dungeons next, but still, you know, I can never express enough, like, when I first learned about, like, quote-unquote efficiency methods back in the day, I think 3-tick granite was the first one I ever saw, because not everyone knew how to 3-tick manipulate a lot of stuff. I know teak woods were around. I heard someone mention it. It wasn't teak, it was mahogany, because you go to, you go to Ape Atoll, and then you'd fucking 3-tick the mahoganies there. Is it mahogany, I think, that grows there? Yeah, it's mahogany, because I don't think teaks were in the... No, teaks were in the game, I just don't remember where they were. Or you do it at Shiloh Village, that was the other one. So no one fucking told you... You couldn't just go on, like, YouTube and just type in... You type in, like, mining AFK or something, and you'd get... There was no mining AFK, by the way, back in the day. Because mining gloves didn't exist. Motherlode Mine didn't exist. There was ore veins. I know that, because, you had... Haunted Mine had the Addy veins, am I correct? That's an ancient quest, too. I think the only other one was probably, like, maybe Pure Essence, I think, was probably, well, Rune Essence in general. So there was no AFK fucking method to getting mining XP at all. It, like, just didn't exist. And the AFK timer was, like, 3 minutes? Not even that. I think it was, like, 2 or something minutes back in the day. It was really strict. So you couldn't fuck around very long, like you can nowadays. You can, was it like 5 minutes for AFK timer now? It's like maybe like 3:30 or 5 minutes or something like that. I can't remember. I rarely pay attention to it. It's funny because I don't really do AFK stuff that often. It's not like I used to, but well, sometimes I just feel like doing some housework, and while I'm working on something, just, you know, chopping redwoods. But the point is, shit like that didn't exist. You couldn't just type in fast mining XP. You had to know somebody who actually knew how to 3-tick manipulate, and they told you about this niche mechanic, and you said, okay, and you tried it out, and you went, fuck this, and you didn't do it. I still refuse to 3-tick mine granite. I probably remember how to do it if I really tried, but I don't think I want to, because it's just fucking mind abuse, and I don't understand it. I know that the other first example of 3-tick manipulation I saw, and this is like 2006, maybe, was barbarian fishing. That was like the first time I really, really started to understand that people... You didn't get 99 by fishing sharks, okay, to get fishing. You fucking 3-tick manipulated leaping sturgeon. That's how you did it, okay? You didn't fucking do it that way, okay? I don't even think people really AFK'd Karambwans at this point, because no one really knew that you could pretty much just... It never moves, like the fishing spots never move. And the bait is 1-stackable, so it's really fucking easy to get. But, you know, that's the other thing. No one fucking... You had to know somebody who knew that... Actually, I learned from tick eating because of a friend. One of our... That same one I was just talking about in our shitty little group. He actually PvP'd, so he knew how to actually tick eat. And Cerebrew. So, I learned how to Cerebrew and... like, Karambwan combo. Or tick eat combo is usually what it's called. I learned that from him ages ago. Because he's like, here, check this shit out. And I was like, what'd you just do? Why? Like, it fucking freaked me out, because I was like, are you macroing? He was like, no, it somehow skips the animation and you actually eat 2 pieces of food. And then I think it was, maybe it was him or it was another friend of ours. He was the first person to, I know he told me, I don't know if he told anyone else. Because I was his best friend. Yeah, he told us, or I'm just going to assume it was me. I'm pretty sure he only told me how to do it. Maybe our PvP friend knew how to do it. But, like the Sarah thing, at the 3-to-1 ratio, 1 super restore, and then, like, 3 sips of Cerebrew, and then your buff. and you just do it over. Well, you know what I mean. 3 sips of Sarah Brew, 1 sip of Restore, buff, repeat, done. Like, you out heal. I think it's even at like 80 HP. You get like what is it, like a per 3 sips is isn't it like 40? Well, I have 99 HP, so I don't really remember what it starts capping at. But I know it's like at 99 HP, 3 sipping is like 60. I want to say it's 60, and you can tick combo potions. I don't really do it because I never got good at doing it. But yeah, you can do that. It was fucking... Shit was unreal. Like, the first time someone that kid showed us that, I was like, holy shit, you don't need food. And then I realized, holy shit, it's really expensive. Because, yeah, I think back then, Sarah Brews were like 15 grand a pop. I want to say prayer pots were like 10, at least. Either 10 or 12. They were pretty damn expensive. But not everyone knew how to do it. That's what made it so fucking cool. You didn't just go on Theatrix's website and learn how to fucking do this. No, you had a friend that knew how to do these mechanics, and you didn't tell anybody else because you did not want an advantage from another team or another friend. And you know, that's why I'm like, dude, it was a totally different environment. I think Rune HQ had some tips and tricks, which, God, that makes me feel fucking ancient. But, no, dude, you didn't fucking tell anybody, okay? If your friend said, hey, look at this shit, don't tell anybody, you didn't tell anybody, okay? It was like, there's no fucking around, okay? Back in the day, if you found out something, like, I remember a friend threatened me because I used Bando's Throne Room to AFK, because Nightmare Zone didn't exist. Sand crabs didn't exist. There was rock crabs, and I think that was it. So when I figured out you could AFK, because gems actually used to be pretty good money. I know you probably don't believe me, but I think it was like 1 grand for, I think sapphires were like 700, and then it was like 1.2 grand for like a emerald, and then I don't remember how much D-stone was worth. I think it was pretty high up there, because onyx I don't think existed. No, actually, onyx existed, there was no Zenite jewelry, that was it. At least, I don't think there was Zenite jewelry. I don't know, it doesn't fucking matter. You weren't there, I was. See you in the next one.